Hello and welcome to the Women's Rugby Pod, Special World Cup Edition 2025. We're here right on the depths, about 15 minutes after kick-off. The crowds are just coming out here, the mixed zone is about to be built around us, but it's been an incredible occasion, a historic occasion, record crowd for an opening World Cup game. 11 tries to England, 69-7 the final score, 1 try for the USA. Two ladies joining me, need no introduction, but I'll give a brief one anyway. USA legend Alycia Washington and Sue Day, of course, the Red Roses legend. Ladies, just start with, I spent most of the evening crying, such is the journey that women's rugby has taken to this point. Daisy, what an occasion.
Yeah, amazing occasion. Like you, I spent a lot of the evening crying. Just wind back 6 or so years, we had less than 5,000 people watching Women's Rugby Internationals in this country. We've just had over 42,000 people watching the opener of the Rugby World Cup up in Sunderland. What an amazing evening. It's been incredible.
You had a good evening, Alycia?
I imagine you two had better evenings. I'm just really feeling for the girls because I know how much they worked this summer. I know how hard they trained. I know how much they gave up. And I just know that they would have loved for the score to have reflected that effort. But all the fans around me were applauding USA for everything that they did and said, like, the handling is incredible, your effort's incredible, your work rate's incredible. Just the small errors really got us.
Yeah, I think the actual atmosphere here at Sunderland, obviously an incredibly high sporting crowd, isn't it? But I had kids around me, I had all ages, all sexes, all the rest of it, singing, trying to get the crowd going right at the end there and all the rest of it. But a brilliant atmosphere in and around you, I'm sure, Daisy.
It was an amazing atmosphere. We've always said, the crowd that women's rugby draws in, it's a much broader crowd than we're used to seeing. The anthems are an octave higher, everyone's excited. It's a wonderful way to welcome new fans into rugby and for us in England to have this many people, a crowd in the northeast is wonderful because there are so many people here tonight who will not have been to a live rugby match ever before, men's or women's, and that's a wonderful thing.
I thought it was hilarious. A chap as I walked past on the way out was just checking the football scores.
But you could be fans of more than one sport.
That's fine. Yep, be here, check it on your phone, watch the game. We all split our attention all the time with our Netflix and our phones. So I love it. We love it. That's great.
Yeah, no, that's the point, isn't it? Maybe it's first time he's come here, but to see England winning and such a great atmosphere, and he can bring his kids, and it's all safe. And I have to say, all the steward and the staff here couldn't stop complimenting the rugby fans because it's just so friendly and a real mixed bag, as you've been saying. Look, let's get into the game. A heavy victory from England. Just an overall picture, Alycia, for you on the game itself.
Overall picture, I think obviously England was dominant in a few areas. I think scrums, they were dominant. Open field, just transition. They had a number of tries off first, second phase of turnover, which was incredible. I think USA strung some really amazing phases together. That incredible try by Erica Jarrell-Searcy was a lock stream. Great job, Rick. I'm so proud of you. It was it really got the crowd going, and it just showed what USA can do when they back themselves and they back each other. Because she had probably a 3 or 4 on one to her outside, and she backed herself to go down the middle and a try from that. And getting past Jess Breach is no easy feat, but to have a 5 on your back and do that is something that we can build off of.
I was hugely impressed by the effort all the way through the 80 from the USA.
Yes, yeah. And you could see how much fitness that they've done this summer. The team is fit. And the bench came on with so much fire. Soraya Ibarra came on and lit up the field. Like, all the English fans behind me were talking about her footwork. Same with Bolo Matetoga, her first World Cup and her first start, obviously, in a World Cup. Absolutely brilliant and just so fearless too, taking on, I think she probably prevented maybe 3 or 4 tries from Ellie Kildunn and Abby Dow, which is no easy feat. So there are things to build off of, which you can string it together into a full performance.
Because I thought England very, very physical, certainly that first 60, and they normally dominate those teams in the last 20.
Yes.
But actually, the last 5 minutes of the game was spent down in England's half, England's 22, and so impressive the physicality that USA were able to sustain,
yes,
and the levels of fitness that bode them well for the rest of the tournament, surely.
Yeah, and I think the physicality and the excitement of the game is what kept the fans there. You would think, and maybe in a score line like we saw tonight, fans would start leaving minute 60. Everyone stayed. There was no mass exodus when we're like, okay, England probably has this one. Everyone stayed, everyone cheered, everyone came down to meet the fans. And they're probably still in there right now because they are so inspired by these women, and so am I.
And England, Rosie. Daisy, even. Red Roses, Daisy. It's been an emotional night. You'll have to excuse me. How come it's Rosie Gallagher? No. How are the Red Roses, Daisy? We'll get there.
Look, what you're expecting from me is really detailed analysis of the Red Roses, and to be honest with you, I was so overwhelmed with the whole occasion, how amazing it was, the way that just the crowd, the amount of people here, the atmosphere, the singing, the Mexican waves, all of it. So overwhelmed by it that I failed to really take note of exactly what was playing out in the game. I think the big difference was, the England pack, once they hit their straps, were dominant, and it is so hard for any team to play against a pack as dominant as they were. They dominated the ball, the line out, the scrum, ruck ball, you name it. So that created fast ball for the backs, and we know that England have got those backs that can exploit those situations. That's what it was today.
Yeah, the scrum is incredibly dominant. Every single scrum, USA on roller skates at times. And John, which I found interesting, whole of the front row off at one, almost like a bomb squad, like South Africa do in the men's team.
Yes, yeah, very similar to that. And I think the depth that England has is unbeaten. I think that's why they have that number one slot heading into this World Cup, because you could almost pick any 15 in position out of a hat, and they would beat most of the teams here, I believe. So the depth is super important. I know it's something as Americans we are working on, just playing more minutes, playing younger, playing more competition, and that's something I'm working on in my new role in collegiate rugby. But I think that's what is so important, and that's what we're missing as a country. And you could see what it looks like when you get a ball in someone's hand as a single-digit child, as opposed to someone like me who started at 17. And that's a lot of the England squad. The depth you add to that, it just makes for a dominant performance.
England are going to dominate most teams, certainly in the early stages of this competition. Was there enough? This is an in-depth question now, Daisy. Sorry.
I might take this one.
Well, both of you. Was there enough shape for England? A lot of talk about how much preparation they've been doing. They've been together a long time. Was there enough shape outside of individual play and that physicality we're talking about?
For me, it's the first game of a tournament. It's the first game of a tournament when everybody, however hard you work on not getting over-aroused, not getting overexcited, it's the first game of a home World Cup. So we were never expecting a perfectly shaped performance. We were expecting a performance full of passion, of individuals giving their best. But so I'm not too worried about the fact that you might have looked at that and thought the shape's not quite there. You never expect it to be the first game of a tournament like this. You just expect them to all.
But do you need it? Do you need the shape? I wonder. I imagine England had a pretty high percentage of what we would call lightning quick ball LQB, and so do they need shape if they're playing on the front foot? Just play what's in front of you. I'm sure they have enough skill, wherewithal, knowledge about their teammates that if they have fast ball and they're going forward, do you need a shape? I think shape can sometimes slow you down. So I think they did what England do, is just capitalizing on what's in front of them.
And they've got wonderful individuals, haven't they?
They do.
Meg Jones is incredible. He's doing this, that, and the other. And player of the match, Ellie Kildan. It was a try down the left-hand side. She put a couple of tries right on a plate, didn't she, for Jess Breach? Yeah. But that individual skill, she is special.
She's a wonderful player. She's got it all, hasn't she? The step off both feet, she had the kick. She's got all of it. I also thought Sadia Cabello was outstanding tonight. She was absolutely
on fire, incredible. She is a workhorse. It makes it look so easy with so much class. I have a lot of respect for Sadia.
Yeah, last 5 minutes she was still everywhere, and that's the sign of a great seven, right?
Yeah.
And should she not make selection with it? Just Marley Packer just comes in.
Yeah.
And again, that's what we're talking about.
Marley Packer, Emily Scarrett, Lark Atkin-Davis, Lucy Packer. Those players aren't starting, and that's that is depth.
Yeah, absolutely. Claudia McDonald, I would expect to be in that starting 15 probably. Should she be fit? I think she's just come back from a knock. Yeah, I accept the point about the first game of the tournament from both teams. There was some edginess certainly around Zoe Harrison, not possibly bossing as much as I quite like from 10. Look, I'm a perfectionist, Daisy, you know that, whether we're in a commentary box or coaching or whatever. Who impressed you for the USA, Alycia?
Ooh, like I mentioned, Erica Jarrell-CRC did super well. Below Mataitoga is someone I've always looked up to because she's not a huge person if you're standing next to her, but she is the mightiest person on that field and is so fearless. Her footwork is incredible, and she's really earned every shirt that she has. I thought
that little break she had when she kicked over the top.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful skill, and just like, look at the side.
And to even be that adventurous is something a bit new for her. So I just love to see her exploring that. And I think if there was a bit more communication there between her and Kate, that probably could have come off a little smoother. But the ambition is there, the drive is there, the vision is there. So now we just need to put it together into an executed moment.
Yellow card for you on out of Kelter.
It happened.
I think just a penalty for me, and you let back Jack Morgan for the Lions.
It was definitely an infringement, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's definitely an infringement. The referees are going to do what the referees are going to do, and they have hard decisions to make. As an England fan, you might be saying fair. As a USA fan, you might be saying, but that's the game.
They can go either way, those can't they?
Yeah, of course they can. I thought the game was refereed very well overall. Of course, Australia next.
Australia next, that's the game.
For USA.
That's the game.
Yeah, if you're looking at that pool, that's the pivotal game, isn't it,
exactly.
for the USA? Exactly. What do they need to brush up on?
I think on defense, we need to build momentum through our defense, and that means, tackling beyond the person. If you're going to put two in a tackle, that needs to be a dominant tackle. And those are some of the standards I believe you should have on defense. So if we can turn our defense into attack, get our ball back faster, and finish on transition, I think we'll have a good day next Saturday.
And Samoa next. For the Red Roses, areas they need to polish up on. Shape, obviously.
So Johnnie Hammond says shape, absolutely. Yeah. I think kick-off receipt, certainly. They're definitely going to be working on that midweek. And I think probably a little bit defence out wide, not getting too sucked in, making sure you've got enough numbers, making sure you make the right decisions out wide. They'd be the two, probably, for me.
You guys have been at World Cups.
Yep.
Can you quite believe today?
No. Just the numbers are incredible, and for me, it's also like the logistics leading into it. Like I was a little upset that the games are so spread out, but I actually don't think one city can handle all of us. If you're looking at all of the fans. So I do wish that some of the other games, especially with my French teammates, were a bit closer, or my Scottish teammates were a bit closer. But there's trains here, so I can get around. But the logistics, the environment, the amount of work put into it, the branding, the player stories leading into it, this is the way women's sports needs to go. And we've been waiting on it, and we're ready for it, and it's here, and it couldn't be more exciting.
Yeah, it's been beautiful for me so far. In terms of being spread out, definitely difficult logistically, but for taking the game to the entire country and making sure everybody in this country gets a chance to be part of this amazing tournament, it's wonderful. To see that, to your point, the stories, the way that the players are engaging with people, the way that they're being so human on social media and sharing who they are with the people in this country and indeed the world. For me, it's just genuinely, I was crying before the anthems because it's so hard to believe we've come this far.
Yes.
And there are this many people here who care this much about our amazing game, right?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
No, it's incredible. And that's also, they're being so unapologetically themselves. And, I know a few players had some comment battles after doing a bit of a TikTok after a Six Nations match. I love how women's rugby all collectively agreed. That's so silly.
Yeah.
Get that nonsense out of our game.
Yeah.
And then they continued on. They did their TikToks, they did their dances. They led with joy, which I believe is a protest. Joy is a protest. And I'm just so happy there's so much joy in this game. And that's and the fans, the staff, the players, the joy is just so palpable. It's great.
If you don't like it, just scroll on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really not difficult. It is not difficult, is it?
But you hit the nail on the head. Joy. This is a joyous World Cup. Women's sport is joyous. The players are full of joy.
Yeah.
Come and join us in the joy. It is amazing.
Join the joy.
Yeah.
We love it.
365,000 tickets sold out of 470,000. The finals are already sold out.
Yes.
And to think, I don't do a huge amount of social media, but I just put a photograph of 2010 at Surrey Sports Park and a picture of tonight, and I just got a little bit of difference. You and I were there on that rickety old scaffolding,
nearly falling off.
And now I'm in the gods looking down on basically 40,000 people. Incredible.
It's amazing. It's I mean, I've got nothing else to say. It's amazing.
You can make her cry.
Okay, you'll make me cry again. The difference is ridiculous.
And ladies, this is only the start.
This is literally game one. We're just getting started.
Just an absolutely brilliant start to what promises to be an unbelievable World Cup. Huge thanks to Alycia and to you, Zazie. Perhaps we'll catch up later in the tournament, ladies.
Of course.
Tonight, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. And we'll see you later on in the
Thanks for
tournament.
having us.
Thank you. Thank you.